Hey, 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 hey. Oh, it's Smuzno. How you doing? Hello, everybody. My light's not good enough for this project. Let's go. And I'm talking to the camera in a Grendel style. Now, speaking of Grendolian, let's talk about lights. This is a UFX board. That's all there is to it, really. It's the UFX board, which is available from TSDS dot whatever it is, but if you put in TSDS UFX, you will come up with this bad boy and all sorts of strip lights and generally bits and bobs you can buy for sci-fi modelling, because sci-fi modelling is nerdy in a very cool way. And what you have here is a switch there, and you have two switches here, look. And this is going to run, more or less, my entire starship. I'm very, very excited about fitting this. Shall we get started? This is probably going to bedazzle my camera horribly, so might have to wait for it to adjust for a moment. You ready? There we go. So, I'm going to run through. That's the one that I'm going to use, but we'll run through it as time goes by. So, look, if I hold the button down, I flash. Yeah, and as I hold the second button here down, it goes through. Oh, no, not like that. So that's that. Then hold it down again, and you get loads of really bright flashes. I'm going to hold it to the side because then it doesn't blind you to death. In fact, if I turn the big light off, look at this. Awesome. And then hold it down again, and you get dimming, and it sort of pulsates. The invaders, or just spaceship, or anything like that. This thing will also do chasers and that sort of thing, but I'll give you a link to another video that will be much more eloquent than mine. And then that. So it does several different rotations. And then as you go into this rotation, and just to give you an idea of how bright we're going, look, that's quite bright. So you've got the second button here, look, and if you hit that button, can you see how that's doing? So let's consider this from a Starfleet perspective, seeing as I'm doing the 1350. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. First 4 are permanently live. Okay, they're always on. Second one, that one, is these two flash mega quickly. In fact, I'm going to turn that big light up, dissipate some of that a little bit. So those two flash mega quickly. Then this one is doing an intermittent blink. So it goes blink, blink, off. Blink, blink, off. This one goes blink, 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 blink. And then these two end ones here flash at different rotations. And then if I hit this button at the back, it changes. So now you've got more of a blink, blink on that one. These two rotate differently. Yeah, so if I hit the button again, so this one is regular, more regular. This one is irregular, so this one would be the edges and the behind where your impulse engines are on the main saucer. This would probably be the nose and quite possibly the ends of the engines, and I'd have to have a look at some of the studio model stuff to find out, but I think that's the way. This would be underneath the arse end on the secondary hull. These can go to hell because I don't need these, and then these will do the bridge sections. Now, just to turn it off for a moment, there we go. So I'm just going to go and reach something. I won't be a moment. 2 seconds. Talk about yourselves. With this little honey, I got, let's do it on camera for y'all to see. Not on camera, but you know what I mean. I got one of these. That is your chaser circuit. On the back it comes with this pin, and there is a pin where this then connects into this board here. There are two of them, so there's one here and one here, okay? And so you can plug that into those, which will then make them go round and round in a circle really quickly, higgledy-piggledy. It'll do them at random. It'll do a slow chase, it'll do a fast chase. So if you're doing the Lost in Space Jupiter 2, if you were doing engines on a big Enterprise, you'd have to probably paint the LEDs red, but a world of opportunities. You get 2 of these, so you can run 2 of these per kit. Okay, very, very clever. I like that an awful lot. Now, there's one thing that I didn't get with this kit that I'm going to have to go to Maplins and ask them if they'll do for me ever so nicely. I'm hoping it's a generic kind of standard piece of electronical stuff. But on these back ones up here, I'm hesitating not to touch stuff too much. On these back ones up here, this is 10 rows of power and earth, and they correspond with the 10 LEDs here. They're reversed out, so if that one's just going blink blink, then that one there will go blink blink. But for every time one of these does something, one of these will do something. So you can have these all running. So you could probably, and I wouldn't do because this is like, you know, 100 quid's worth of toy, but you could drill the tops of these out, use a bit of CA or something like that, and then run your fibre optic. You could bundle your fibre optic inside a piece of copper or inside a piece of heat shrink, and then put it over the top of these, and then run all your fibre optic off these, and then a load of LEDs off here. The most important thing to remember with this, and this is the reason why I'm going to use it, and it gives me a very, very sexual glow, is for every one of these LEDs, it will run another 9. You can run 10 LEDs off one circuit. So this front 4, let's just turn her back on for a moment because it will start back up from where you left it. This front 4, and I'm sure they're different brightnesses. So these two seem to be a bit brighter than these two, which means I can have a warm sort of glow and a super high bright glow, which is awesome. It means that if you've got these front 4 that are doing their thing, which are going to be these front 4 here, which are doing their thing, and then you run another 9 off each, that's 40 permanently on super bright LEDs without any resistoring whatsoever through the circuit. Then these flashers, you can run another 9 of each, so that's 9 of these going at this rate, 9 of these going at this rate. So there's no reason why I can't run, short of running all the blue for the deflector dish, etc., which I'm going to have to run separate circuits for. But I can run the secondary hull, the bridge. The only thing I'm going to have to run separately, I think, is going to be yellows, because yellows are going to be 2.8, 2.7 volts, and everything else will run at 3, and I don't want to burn the yellows out, so I might have to do a separate circuit for the 4 yellows for the RCS thrusters. Aside from that, I only need to run LED tape up to the warp nacelles and some blue LEDs to the deflector dish, which I don't have and can't really afford, unfortunately, a deflector dish circuit, although next month we shall see what Father Christmas brings us. But that's Smuzno for the afternoon, saying I finally fired up this generally gorgeous little trinket and I absolutely can't wait to get her going. Big up all your bad selves, and I've got one of these and you don't. Aha! Oh, and yes, big up the Papa Smurf who put me onto this and sent me one and said, give that a try, see what you think. I love you, not in that way, don't get excited, but no homo.